Hi folks, this is Isometric Sketching, video number 2. The first video we've been looking at sketching the dice, specifically because we were looking at the correct angles, so 30 degrees from the horizontal. We're looking at the correct proportions, so in this case all three sides of this dice would look the same, and we're looking at a change in tone and lighting. So if we put a light source somewhere on the page, then we show a change in tone to show the light's coming from one angle or other. This time we're going to look at drawing, sketching an isometric box. It's quite similar to the dice in the way that it's all the same angles. It's not a complicated shape, but this one's got a hole in the inside so we can put something in it. We're going to look at 3 rules specifically this time. One is that all construction lines must be lighter than the bold outlines. So all these construction lines, I've put any lines that I'm using to make the drawing, guess what size it's going to be, guess which angle it's going to be. They keep me all nice and faint. And then when you actually say, well, that's exactly where I want the line to be, then we can draw in a dark, bold outline. So, first rule, all construction lines must be much lighter than the bold outlines. Rule number 2, think about how big your sketch will be on the page before you start to draw. So when I've got a blank piece of paper like this, and I'm thinking, where am I going to put it? Then I can start by sort of using my construction lines and guessing. Now, rule number 3 is to use lots of construction lines to test out the size of the object before you commit to using a bold line. So the difference between the construction lines and the bold lines, use lots of construction lines before you decide on which where a bold line is going to go. So in this case, I'll actually remove this from underneath it because it's kind of shining through. So there's my blank page, right? And I can see that I want my box to be somewhere about here. So I'm going to have to start with a 30-degree line, 30 degrees from the horizontal. And I'm going to do another line parallel to that that's 30 degrees from the horizontal as well. So this should be parallel to that. If it's not, do as many lines as you can until you get a line that you think is correct parallel to this one. Now we're looking for 30 degrees to horizontal this way. Now I've practiced this before, but if you don't get it right the first time, just get it. What you're looking for is if you think about the lines that are at an angle. See if you think of an arrow pointing down, they should be equal, like that way and that way. Anyway, so there's a line going that way. Now I want the line at the other side. Let's see how big I want it to be. I actually want it slightly wider so it's longer, or maybe about that size. Well, I'll go with that. Now is that parallel to that? Maybe I want to change the angle slightly. I'll go with that. Now, so there's the top of my box. Now I'm going to draw some from these 3 corners. I'm going to draw a line going straight vertically down. And from here, vertical down. How far down is it going to go? Well, it's up for me to choose. So I'm going to say I want the box this time to be this deep. So draw a line straight across there, parallel to these ones. And now a line across this way. Make sure it's parallel to that one. That looks about right. That's all my construction lines in the right place. Don't worry if you've got far more construction lines, that's fine, as long as you know where you're going to put your bold outlines. Oh, you can take a bit more time than me. Yeah, I missed. Look at that. It doesn't really matter. It's a sketch, it's a sketch. Right, so now I want to have an inside for the box. How thick is the box going to be? What's up to you? Try and get them nice and parallel to the edge that they're going. Now, if you can't do this, if you feel it's annoying, turn the page. I'm trying not to turn the page because I'm obviously putting on a video and it must be like getting you dizzy when you're watching it if I keep on moving things about. Right, so if I'm find out where the corners are. If you're doing this, hey, move the paper about. Feel right. So dark line going from there to there, and one from here to here. If you want to use a ruler, you can, but I would urge you to try not to. Now, an inside line coming down here, make sure it's nice and vertical. How far is it going to come down? Well, it's going to come as far as that. And this is just going to go parallel to these ones. Once we've done that, we can add our change in tone just by, I'll just do it with the pencil. Make it a bit darker this side. If we want to think this is wood, oh look, there's a knot in the wood. There's a knot, there's a bit, that tells me it's wood. Oh look, it's wood. Right, right, that'll do, and that should be darker as well actually on the inside. Right, there we go. Something like that, and you can try your best and send in the videos per your teacher's instruction. But again, I'm going to check this out. We'll move this over to the side and see how well did I do. All the construction lines must be lighter than the bold outlines. Well, yes, they are. Look, there's my dark bold outlines. You can almost hardly see my construction lines now. How big a sketch will be in the page? Well, I didn't miss. It's in the middle. I'm quite happy with that. And I used lots of construction lines. I think I did. I'm feeling confident. And I tested out the size of the object, but this is the rules you're going to just keep on continuing using as you're doing isometric sketching. The same rules apply for orthographic sketching, perspective sketching, and all these different types of sketching that we're showing. And feel free to watch any of the videos that are put about on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers, bye.